how they work, how they recruit. Sometimes you lose, sometimes they beat you. Today they beat us. We didn't lose. It's my guys played with tremendous resolve, and after the first couple minutes of the game, I thought we defended pretty well. One thing we didn't do well was make layups, and hard to win these games if you can't make those twos, the ones at the rim, and I think we missed 9 free throws. Hard to win those kind of games.
Questions for Coach? Make sure you get a microphone.
Frank, kind of just take me through that last little bit there with AJ. Just what did you see on that final possession? Is that what you wanted, or?
Yeah, no, it's what I told them. I said, if they score, I'm taking the timeout, because obviously we got to come up with a 3-point shot there. And I said, but if they don't score, just run to the corners and just go. And if they try to settle you down, Mike was running into a quick drag ball screen right in the middle of the court. And I told him, I said, you're going to have time for about 5 dribbles and a shot. And, AJ, he went. Their center, that's more a play where you give their guy credit rather than our guy a fault. Fulkerson obviously I think it was him, made a heck of a play there and getting in front of the ball and taking that charge.
Questions for Coach?
Yeah, Frank, you talked about the layup. That stretch where you missed, I think you had like a 5-minute or so field goal drought. Seems like all those looks were pretty good. I mean, were you happy with those? And then when you got back into it, it seemed like you were kind of taking those same looks, just a matter of making them and missing them.
Yeah, you got to score. You can't. When you play Tennessee, you're not going to get too many open opportunities on offense. So when you get them, you got to capitalize. And we had Keyshawn Bryant, Mike, AJ, Jermaine. Those are the guys that come to mind. Justin. I mean, we had opportunities to score like 5 feet and in. I get it. You're not going to go 100% on those shots, but you can't go 0 for either. And it just seems like that stretch of the game, I think we ended up missing 3 out of 4 free throws too in that sequence that you're talking about. So empty possessions. It hurt us against Florida. We had, I'm going back here, I think it was in a 1-point game or something like that, and we had 9 possessions where we had 3 points, 4 turnovers in 9 consecutive possessions, and that kind of happened again today. And we were better defensively, so we were able to survive to put ourselves in a place to win at the end. But you got to make those plays.
Jermaine gets off 17 shot attempts. He runs the point for you some today. What did you think of his aggressiveness toward the basket?
Yeah, it's Jermaine. I've tried to tell you guys, Jermaine's, I don't know what better word to use than connected. He's the most connected guard to me on our team. He has the best understanding and plays with the best aggression on our team. And so he's a real good player. I'm excited about coaching Jermaine. I go out there every day, and I know that he's going to fight for me. So I get excited about coaching guys like him.
Frank, when you were kind of scouting a guy like Vescovi, a guy who obviously makes a lot of plays, also turns the ball over a lot, was the plan to just apply as much pressure as him to possible and maybe get some points that way off turnovers? That's
how we guard everybody. That's how we guarded Jordan Bone. I didn't change our concepts for him. He's got I've coached a bunch of young men from other parts of the world. We defend differently in the United States than they're used to playing against in their countries. And with foreign players, you get a tremendous skill, which obviously you have with him. When he's at comfort in space, he's a high-level shooter that can make really good plays for his teammates. But like, how about the play he made there at the end of the game? I understand that we still had an opportunity to shoot because they didn't score, but the ball he came up with on the baseline out of bounds ended up in front of me. That's a heck of a play. That's a heady play by that young man, because he could have saved it to the middle of the court. He could have given up on the ball, Instead, he saved it and threw it all the way back towards our basket. If he did that on purpose, which I don't think that was a mistake, that's my personal opinion, that's the kind of stuff that you get from him. As he adjusts to how we defend, I think he's going to be a real good player in this league.
Your left coach?
Rick, you kind of touched on free throw shooting a lot this year. Just how deflating is it when you guys go out there and I think miss 9 free throws, a couple late as well?
Northern Iowa, Boston University, Stetson, today. I think that's 4 of our losses. You don't lose because just the free throw shooting, but when you keep missing 9, 10, 11 free throws in games, you're not going to win. And you're definitely not winning high-level games. And so I'm rolled. I'm still trying to figure my team out, and I'm finding some guys that are going to fight, and those are guys that I'm going to keep playing. And then we got to get to a place where we're more consistent in shot making.
Back left coach?
How can you get Jair and AJ going offensively, and that missed dunk for AJ, is that just kind of the way things have been for him here lately?
Yeah, those two got to figure it out themselves. I can't help guys that aren't playing with fire, and they've got to. They're good dudes. They've got to figure that out. I can't. I can't worry about motivating guys to compete. That's an intrinsic thing, not an extrinsic thing. And they have to be a lot more competitive. And competitive doesn't mean just defend. That means when you run harder. When you got an opportunity to drive the ball, play stronger. When you have a dunk, you got to score. You can't, just all those things, come into play. The word casual comes to mind a lot when you ask me about those two guys, and it's unfortunate because they're both very talented and they're both good young men that we need them to change gears to help us a little bit.
Back right coach?
Your team held Jordan Bound to 1 of 17 shooting. Did you have a special focus on him in your preparation for this game?
No, not at all. Jordan's a heck of a player. I think to the earlier question is just like I'm trying to find point guard play on my team, I think Rick's trying to find point guard play on his team. And so Jordan's having to play some point, which makes it very hard to play point and get shots. I'm not trying to speak for Rick. It's just my opinion as I tried to prepare for his team today. As the young man that just got here, as he keeps learning and growing and getting coached and understanding, I think that'll start getting Jordan more opportunities. He's a real good player. We got lucky. A bunch of his shots today were open, and they just didn't go down for him.
I hear the middle coach, me last question.
Frank, you talked after the last game about wanting to get running more for Mike because the way he's giving you something near the rim. How much of that was part of the plan today, and how much did he kind of carry you guys there through that middle part, or especially in the early part of the second half?
Yeah, Mike's rock solid. I got mad at him in the second half. He had a couple of opportunities to make defensive plays on loose balls, and he didn't. He kind of shied away from throwing his big body in there to come up with the ball. But he's been rock solid, and he's playing with tremendous confidence. And we're learning. All our freshman guards are learning how to play, and we have to continue to try and put him in places to get those 15-foot shots, which he's really, really good at.
Thank you.
Thank you.
South Carolina players will be in the locker room in about 5 minutes.